Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to tonight's stream. Isn't that cool? Look at it. Look at it. We're gonna talk about this. Yeah, so after last week's catastrophe of a stream, I wanted to kind of redo this. And also, sorry, I heard, like, had a feedback. And also, I may have accidentally deleted it because trying to switch the streams, there was a mix-up. There were two streams, basically, the really bad failed one, and then like the one where I had my phone, we were moving around, talking, doing the Q&A, and then I deleted the wrong one. So it's gone forever. Oops. So yeah, I kind of wanted to like redo that, be like, all right, this is a much better Q&A because as you guys remember, my computer decided it wanted to update 5 minutes before the stream. And yeah, but the phone thing wasn't too bad. I think some of you guys actually kind of enjoyed me being able to move around the room with the phone, even though the quality wasn't the best. So we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. And yeah, just a general Q&A. I didn't really have anything too much to show off. I got some projects in the work, obviously. I'm finally done printing all of the filament for the filament, or the projects for the filament review video. I'm really excited about that. Let's see. Chat is taking off. Okay, good. Slick cut, plastic, blah, blah, blah. So no one's complaining about audio right off the bat, so I guess we're gonna chalk that up to a win. And let me pop out the chat. Get that going because we can close this up and then we can maximize this. Oh, we can do a lot. We have the technology. It's awesome. And then we'll move out of studio mode. And there we go. Cool, I got the chat there. I got this little stream setup. I like it. So as always, please don't spam the chat. We had a few trolls last time, which is always fun. I do have moderators in the chat. They have wrenches. They will hit you with them. They will ban you. I don't care. Yeah, because if you're not contributing, I don't need you here. So yeah, please don't spam. If you have a question, I will try to get to it. Since this is a Q&A mainly focused around questions, there are probably going to be a lot of them. So if you really want your question seen, I'm pretty sure Super Chat's on. That's totally up to you guys. A lot of you already contribute in ways that I can't say thank you enough for, so thank you. And yeah, let's kind of get started. Best cut on YouTube. How's your day? My day's good. Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, no, day's good. Yeah, finally got a haircut. My anime hair was getting a little ridiculous. What I did plan to do, which I thought would have been kind of funny, was film an entire video, right? The entire thing, start to finish. Get the haircut and film the exact same video, same clothes and everything, and then randomly switch the scenes so it just would get kind of funny. And then I totally forgot to do it, so that kind of went out the window. I'm sorry. I'm gonna open up the size of the text on the chat. Finally got my 3D printer last week. Had nothing but problems getting it to stick to the bed and not warped. Saw your newest video and helped a lot. Do you have any tips for painting smaller stuff? Get some hand paints. That's a big thing. Learn to look into dry brushing. Look into tutorials on painting like Warhammer and 40K stuff. That's really good. There's a lot of good tutorials on that. Oh, and also to start, someone asked this to be posted from Mustang Plays V8. Frank is the dabbiest person ever in the best way possible. Mustang Plays, man. You've been all over the channel lately. I appreciate it. You've been leaving some really awesome comments, and thank you. You rock. What plastic do you use and where do you get it from? I use 3D printing plastic and I get it from Amazon. It's really cheap. This right here, this is Amazon Basics PLA. I wanted to print something that took literally one whole roll of filament. I got the Amazon Basics, loaded it on my Macs. This is the Crown of Surtur. It is on Thingiverse. It's a free file. It prints in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And I kept scaling it up. This is at 300% scale, by the way. Like, it's not as big as I wanted it, but it's still pretty big. And I just kept scaling it up until when I sliced it, it took 1,000 grams of filament. So that's what this is, and it printed really smooth. Like, this is, again, Amazon Basics, and it came out pretty decent. It's also a little translucent, so I could probably put some lights in this thing. It's kind of neat. So yeah, I use whatever filament is cheap. I don't know if I'm going to switch to Amazon Basics. I still like my Sunlu, but we'll see how that goes. Did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? I didn't even know it was St. Patty's Day. We were at work and we're like, oh my God, it's St. Patty's Day. Oops. What plastic do you use? Can't wait for my CR10 as an Ender Pro, moving up to the bigger printer. Hopefully the CR10 is okay. It's very okay. It's what I started with. What plastic do you use and where do you get it from? Already answered that. What are some things that 3D printed stuff is really useful? So, I don't have many useful 3D printed things, as you can clearly see. But hop on Thingiverse. Like Thingiverse has like their front page is usually like trending things. There's tons of useful prints out there. Like there's so much stuff you can print for around the house. Storage solutions, containers, bins, like there's tons of useful stuff. Frank, can I use a Chromebook for my Ender 3? I'm not sure about Chromebooks are the new thing. I think Prusa Slicer works with Chromebooks. I'm not sure. Any suggestions on pieces that will not smooth? Ooh, getting a little fast there. Pieces that will not smooth out no matter how much sanding you do. There's always, you're not sanding enough then. Go to a lower grit, get some filler primer, get some spray putty, keep at it. What's poppin'? Hey Smith. YouTube got, yes, use a Chromebook with a website called AstroPrint. I've heard about AstroPrint. That haircut though. Hi Kayla. Hi. Hey Frank, what is the price difference between PLA and PLA Plus? Jack of all trades. It depends. There are some PLA Pluses I can get cheaper than normal PLA, so it just depends on where you're shopping. Sunlu.com, their actual website, has a really good bulk buy right now. You get 10 rolls of PLA Plus, and with the discount and all that, it comes to like 18 bucks a roll. I did just recently get a special discount code for Sunlu.com, 10% off. Right now it is patron only. After it's patron only for probably another month, I'm gonna then release it to you guys, and then everybody will be able to get it brings it down to like $16 to $17 a roll for Sunlu PLA Plus, which is awesome, which is really awesome. Frank, I built my first retractable helmet. Thank you for the hey, no problem. God the second. Jason the daddy. Hey, what's up, man? I'm good. Oh man, you guys are killing these questions. Look at this. Look at this. I like it. I like it. What nozzle size do you mostly commonly use? I use anywhere between a 0.6 and a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. How do you glue PLA together? Like the 6 pieces. So right now, this is just 2-part CA glue, cyanoacrylate. That's what's holding this together. I am going to go around with a soldering iron and weld this all together when the time comes to paint this. I'm having this. I don't really care about. I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. I want to make it look like a skull. We're going to play with that. In your honest opinion, is ironing and cure a benefit or hindrance? Anthony Clayson, I've never used it. I hear mixed things about it. I do want to test it out. I've never gotten to it. What's your opinion on a direct drive extruder? If your printer comes, in my mind, for this stuff, if your printer comes with a direct drive, leave it. If it doesn't come with a direct drive, leave the Bowden setup. Unless you're going to start printing exotic materials and flexibles, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you plan to print a lot of flexibles, harder materials, more, like I said, more exotic materials, maybe look into a direct drive or just get a printer like the V3 that has it. How is Star Boost going? Kind of slow. I'm working on it. Is the CR10 Max harder to use than like the Pro V2? If you can use the Pro V2, you can use the Max, but you need to compensate for its size. It is a much slower printer. You have to slow things down. It is, just because it's bigger does not mean you can print faster. That's a lot of bed to move back and forth, so you really, really need to be careful with how fast you're printing on the Max. It is the exact same parts though, just bigger. I love my Max. My dad just bought an Ender 5 Plus, so now we got a CR10 and soon, ooh, yes. Where you buy STL Dr. Fate. The Dr. Fate helmet is from CG Trader? Question mark, I think? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm falling behind on questions. Just want to drop by and say thank you for your videos. You inspired me to buy my own printer, the 10V2, and couldn't be happier making all the nerdy stuff. You're welcome, Michael Cowie. Oh yeah, someone I guess asked for like a shout out. I totally forgot to put it in the last video, but it's just for someone, I guess. I don't know if he's ever gonna see this, but hi. How's the move going? It's not yet. Can you please put on your Iron Man suit? No. That's not for this stream. I have videos on that. You can go watch those. When printing indoors, what do you do for extraction? Someone recently was telling me it's not safe, etc. And you're printing in normal. Joseph Wong, if you're printing PLA and PLA Plus, even PET-G, it's totally fine. Don't put it in your bedroom. I wouldn't recommend sleeping next to it while it's going, but if it's in another room of your house, you're okay. But do your research. Things like ABS releases toxic fumes. Resin printing can be toxic, so do your research. But typically average printers, if you're just using PLA, you're fine. Don't put it next to a baby's crib. Yeah, stay safe. Where do you get the spray putty? Spray putty. Where do you get the spray putty from? Amazon. It's really awesome. I just got 10 more cans of it. Been thinking about using resin to smooth prints. Have you tried this? No, Matt, I want to though. I have a bottle of resin for my Elegoo. I want to test that out. I want to buy a 3D printer, but I want it to be so big so I can print bigger stuff later. Is the Ender 5 Plus a good beginner printer, or should... The Ender 5 Plus, Fabian, if you're okay taking things apart, it is a pretty good printer. I have a build guide on the Ender 5 Plus, but directly after that I made the upgrades for the Ender 5 Plus, the all metal extruder and Bowden Capricorn tube. If you watch that video and you're like, I can do that, that seems okay, get the Ender 5 Plus, it's amazing. If that scares you, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that, get the Pro V2. Hope that made sense. What paint did you use for your Mando helmet? This Mandalorian helmet is a graphite rub. This is gloss black spray paint with a graphite rub powder on top of it. It's literally pencil shavings, like graphite powder from a craft store. And this was like a teaspoon of graphite rub. It goes such a long way, it's amazing. And look, I can touch it, and it doesn't come off. Y'all believe a lot of things you see on the internet that's not true. I want to clear coat it, then you don't want it to look like metal. That looks like metal. Big brain moves. Thought of the Justice League and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I have not seen the Justice League. Falcon and Winter Soldier was awesome. I love it. I love what they're doing with Bucky. I like the nods to PTSD. Somebody did their research. I don't like that he has PTSD. I like that they're showing that it is a thing. It is clearly a thing. They addressed it a little bit in Winter Soldier, and now they're continuing with that. He's been a serial killer, or he's been an assassin for 90 years. He's gonna have some issues. And clearly they are leaning into it. Sunlu S8 or Ender 3 for a second printer? Ender 3. Frank, printing your first Mark 85 helmet. Thanks for the inspiration. Oh, $10. Who's that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why didn't I see that? What's going on? How do you manage to balance between... God. Guys might have to... I'm going to start missing questions. Here we go. $10 from Harlan Nip. Dr. Fate, when? I'm so excited to see it. Because of that, I will get the Dr. Fate helmet out of the closet. Dr. Fate. Stop. Dr. Fate. Look at this. There we go. We can put it on. Maybe sooner than later. It's a little big. I need like padding like right there and we'll be good, right? Yeah. Yeah, soon-ish, maybe. I don't know. I printed a lot of these helmets for the filament review video. They are not top priority, but some of them might get moved around for, I don't know. We'll see. That one should be easy. That one should be, honestly, that one's going to be just like Nova. It's going to be pretty easy to do. So we'll see how that goes. God, there were some good questions here. I might need the mods to start maybe picking some out that are really good that I haven't answered before. Any good upgrades to give an Ender 5 Plus? Check that video I just talked about, Jordan. There's two very good upgrades for it that you should do. Hey Frank, you said something about a big collab on TikTok. I know it's not ours, but it is. But what is the big collab? Don't worry about that. How do you manage to balance between print time and quality? I'm super impatient, but I want really good pieces. Bite the bullet one time, get a really good quality print, and then as you're finishing that piece, print something else. And then you keep that cycle going. Eventually you'll have a couple projects that, even while you're waiting on the printer, it doesn't matter. You'll always have something to do, you know? That's kind of what I'm at. I always have pieces in multiple different stages. It's tricky. Have you done any of the DIY kits to assemble a printer? Are they easy to assemble? I mean, the Enders are kind of DIY kits, so. I use a 3D print to weld plastic together. Is that fine? It's good on the surface, but if you're making a big piece, you're not getting any good penetration between the parts, so be weary of that. Will you ever do a giveaway? Max Martin, I do giveaways all the time. Yeah, sorry. Wearing a Mark 85 bottom leg on a swing. Hi bro, Stormy. I'm the guy on Instagram. A lot of you are the guys on Instagram. Can you sit in your suit? No. Elegoo review coming? Yes. Yes. So I'm gonna have to scrub some of these questions. Your videos have inspired me to start 3D printing. Hey, no problem, Anky Spondy. I don't know if I like that name. Is that weird? Would you tell me my name, please? I'm very curious. No? Mingda 3D printer giveaway coming soon. Shivy, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Mingda exactly. So just, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a Thanos costume? No. No, I don't. Yeah. Sorry. Just bought 10 rolls. Thanks for the heads up on the deal. Hey, no problem. It's a good deal. It really is. And I have, actually, right there, I have like 20 rolls of Sunloose sitting there because I don't have room in the closet anymore. It's getting out of hand. Yeah, it's a problem. What is your printer? I have 7 printers. That's true. How do you set up the Z extensions on Cura for the Ender 3? I have a video coming out on that, and it'll make a lot of sense. I think I know. Oh, what is going on? Have a beer and celebrate St. Paddy's Day. Thanks for the help on the Mando helmet. Wicked by design. Thank you. Thank you for the 11 euros. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. I don't drink beer. But, here, I'll crack a cold one with the boys. Some new taste Coke Zero. I mean, not Coca-Cola. Not sponsored. Don't demonetize me. Hey Frank, what's your favorite Adam Savage tested video? Ooh, that is not enough time in the day. Bit of a weird question. Do you own any guns in the US? I'm a shooter here in the UK. I do not. I do not own any guns. We haven't lived in the US for 8 years, and when I was in the US, I was in New Jersey. A little difficult to have firearms there. But where we are moving back, maybe, depending. We'll see. We'll see. They'll never be on the channel, though. It's never going to turn. I'm never 3D printing a gun. I'm never, you know, that's never happening. So do not hold your breath for that. I will say that right now. Have you ever made an unbreakable Captain America shield? That's an idea if you haven't. No. No, I have not. Are you going to give away the Mingda printer once you hit 1 million on TikTok? No, I want to do a better printer than the Mingda. The Mingda is good, but I want to give away something better than that for 1 million on TikTok. If I can ever pass it. I'm like sitting right there and it's just, yeah, it's annoying. Do I sand, paint, repeat, or do I sand, paint, sand, paint? Sand, prime, until you're happy, and then paint. And if the paint doesn't come out good, sand it down, rinse, repeat. Harlan Nip. When is the Metroid helm coming? Or, oh, I haven't done that yet. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh, soon. Sorry. Yeah, that should come soon. Best print orientation for armor pieces. That's such an ambiguous question. There's no way I can answer that. It depends on the armor pieces. You need to learn how to use Cura and what to look for. Asking somebody what the best print orientation, it's a trap. And some people might try to give you an answer, but that's not helping you. You need to learn what you're looking at in order to get the best print orientation. I was literally just orienting parts for the Mark 85 today, just playing around, and it's always different. And are you doing the whole suit or just the helmet? I'm just doing the helmet. I do not have the hips to pull off a Samus cosplay. What speed do you use on the Ender 5 Plus? I'll be anywhere between an 80 to 120 millimeters a second. That thing prints so fast. It's awesome. I love it. Are you going to print a box big enough to ship all the stuff back? Yes, it's all going to be printed, Geeky Pete. That's funny. Let's see. Will you ever do a giveaway? I do them. Hey Frank, I'm the guy who was messaging you about the Mando helmet the other day on IG while I was bringing it, while it was bridging. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks for your video. I just wanted to yeah, no problem. I'm guessing I resolved itself because you never messaged me back, which is good. No news is good news, right? Are you making a Captain America shield not broken? No, I already have one. I already got one. I got my Marvel Legends Captain shield. I'm good. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make one. Is there a way to change the travel paths in Cura Slicer? No idea. NJ firearm laws. Yeah, they do, from what I've heard. Bring ability to Mark 7. I was wondering how you put the reed switches in the fingers with some tape. Ran the wires up into them and just put some tape in there. And they stay. They stay. You said you're never going to print a gun, not even a sci-fi blast. That's different. Sci-fi weapons and blasters are different. I was talking about people asking me like, hey, can you 3D print a pew-pew? You know, no. Not even going to experiment or Google that. A sci-fi prop is a different thing. So. Have you ever used any cubic printers? No, I have not. It's a big no-no here. Real hard to get a. Yeah, I bought an Ender 3 Pro because hey, no problem. How did you get that finish on Mjolnir? Mjolnir is just chrome spray paint. It's the same finish that's on my Z-Sword, which I keep dropping. I just repainted this whole thing and then I dropped it and scratched it again. I don't know if a video is ever coming out on this because every time I get ready to film it, like maybe I'll just do this, you know? Like, here it is. This is the same paint on Mjolnir. Rust-Oleum metallic finish. It looks beautiful. Like, I think at a distance you could think this is real. Again, actually, I'm pretty sure TikTok flagged one of my videos for that sword. Yep. Does a laptop work for modeling? Kind of. Frank, your inspiration is weird. Thanks for your service, both in these videos and... Hey, Joey Hudson, no problem. Can you show the V6 Mark 85 and the V5? So, hey, let's pause the questions real quick, guys. Just hold off, please. So I can catch up. Please. Will you ever feel like giving up on the Mark 85 when things got difficult? All of the time. All of the time. So, real quick, this is the V6 by Akira Yumin. You can see he has his logo in there finally, or his name. And what he has done is he's redid the helmet again. He added a bunch of new detail lines all in here. He added like a nice vent in here. He made the lines up here crisper. He redid the LEDs. He made the jaw. He made this the faceplate sit in there better. The faceplate sits flush here now. So the V6 is a really cool update, and I eventually will replace that helmet with it, but for now it looks all right. I will go back to the giving up thing. Hold on, hold that thought, please. Have you tried the auto orientation plugin for Cura? No, because I've seen it and I don't like it. When you move back to America, will you give away some of your prints? No, taking them with me. I'm a fan. You're gonna print some Superboy Prime armor? No. Hello again, smash like. Here goes nothing. What's up? What are the best LED for making the Infinity Stones? You gotta figure that out yourself. There's no best LEDs. You gotta do some research. Does it take to build the full Iron Man suit? I've seen people build suits in 3 to 4 months. I've seen people take 2+ years. Melbourne Iron Man just finished his after 2 years, and it had nothing to do with his skills or just life gets in the way, you know? Like, these things can take a while, if you know, that's totally fine. If you haven't seen Melbourne Iron Man, go check out his Mark 85. His paint job is beautiful. I was changing my nozzle, but it doesn't go all the way in. It gets stuck halfway in. That's normal. That's kind of normal. That means your heat sink, the tube that goes from your heat sink into your hot end, might be threaded down more. Unless your previous nozzle went in all the way, then something's wrong. You might have messed up the threads. Tips on how to remove rafts, break them off. What is the best 3D modeling software? That doesn't exist. They all have different pros and cons. Maya, Blender, Tinkercad, Fusion 360, ZBrush, they all do different things. Where do you order bendable LED eyes? Etsy took 2 months. Etsy? AliExpress or Banggood or eBay. What would be the best way to print a Batmobile? Don't. Where do you get your Sunlu? From sunlu.com or Amazon. I don't think Amazon has it anymore though. What masks do you have, not helmets? I don't have any masks. Yeah. Do you have any tips on sanding intricate areas? Get some sandpaper and start folding it up and getting in the nooks and crannies. What about Blue Hood over there? Hey, somebody noticed. Instead of Red Hood, we have Blue Hood. Yeah. It's kind of cool, actually. This is a raw print. Ow, that hurts my ears. And this is Creality PLA. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, actually. This was printed on an Ender 5 Plus with a 0.6mm nozzle. This took about 30 hours, maybe a little less. I want to say like 28 hours. And I printed it standing up just like that. See? No supports up here. And it's good. Have you 3D printed anything for your car? No, I have not. What size PLA do you use? All Creality printers use a 1.75mm. Will you do a giveaway? Max, I swear I already answered that, man. Careful. Careful. I do giveaways all the time. Y'all just need to follow me on Instagram. What is something you've always wanted to print but haven't gotten around to it? A Hulkbuster? Yeah. Do you know that there are now 9 Iron Man suits available for free on Thingiverse? I've seen a couple of them. just go in cautious. While some of them are really good, I have seen one or two that do cause problems because they're free, you know? Take them with a grain of salt. Just be ready for some potential problems. But yeah, no, there are free suits out there, which is really cool that people are doing that now. Do you use Do3D model for your helmet? If not, what? This is the Akira Yuming helmet on CG Trader. Have you worked out how to make good eyes for Star-Lord that you can see through? Yeah, I already have eyes for it. The eyes that were in the picture I posted on Instagram. They're the same cosplay LED eyes that are literally in this helmet, but red. I can see through them just fine. I was able to cut them into circles and put them right in. If the maker of that free Mark 85 suit on Thingiverse ever sees this stream, change the background. It is underselling that suit. I haven't downloaded that suit. I haven't looked at the files of it yet. But it is very off-putting because you can't tell what the suit looks like. It is a very busy background he has in that display image. I get it's the Hall of Armor behind that. I think you should change that because when you're scrolling, it just looks so busy that you're like, you can't tell what it looks like. Change it to just a solid colored background, and I think it would look so much better. That's just me. When I'm looking for files, you know, like, that looks a little bit much. Amazon has some PLA Plus back in stock, but I think the price has gone up. Ooh. How do you connect the parts that you create? I have tutorials on that. Yeah. How do you keep the CG Trader helmet's jaw on the helmet? I don't know why everybody asks that. There's magnet holes. He actually modeled in little holes for magnets on both sides. And when you put the magnets in there, it locks in. That's it. It's pretty cool. Little neodymium magnets. You glue them right in. Don't heat them in. You'll ruin the magnet. So be careful with that. Yeah. It's a really cool design helmet. And maybe some other people have started copying him, which is also funny. What is a good company to get a creator's license from so I can start printing things for my upcoming cosplay shop? I have no idea. You can talk to Do3D about that. You can usually get licenses from all the model makers. You just need to be careful about that. What's a good Cura profile for White Sun with PLA? No idea. I don't believe in sharing Cura profiles. You have to dial in your own filament and figure that out. I don't know if I missed it, but did the Red Hood model come from? Yes, this is Do3D's red, green, blue, purple hood. You only do Marvel stuff? No, not at all. There's a Monster Hunter sword and a Dragon Slayer and a Keyblade and a Red Hood and yeah, I do other stuff. Just there's a lot of Marvel, yeah. Would you ever suggest an Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro? Ender 3 Pro. If you can afford it, get the Pro. If you can afford it even more, get the V2. But they all do the same thing. Can you just more Star Wars stuff? I am doing a Dark Saber. It's just going really slow. Hey, somebody's spamming T-Rex 08. Chill, dude. I'll see the question. Ever thought about building Star Wars costumes? No. 501st. I'm not trying to follow that level of rules for a cosplay. It's really cool what they do. Not interested in that. I'm good. Franken giveaways. He is literally giving you knowledge for free, which is dang good. So take it on board and learn. What should a good 1 kg roll of PLA cost? Anywhere between like 10 and 20 bucks. I'm printing the Star Boost suit for my first inspired work. Have you sanded the hexagon pieces yet? No, I have not. I haven't sanded it yet. Do3D, Thingiverse, CG Trader, Etsy, Thangs.com, Colts 3D, My Mini Factory. That new video I just put up today has all of the links to all of the websites I use to get models from. How do you take the unnecessary things in your creations like supports? I break them off and I recycle them. Any videos coming out with the Auteur? Not for a while. I did the review. I'm not going to do any laser videos until after I move. How do you feel about Amazon brand PLA? Amazon Basics right here. Yeah, came out pretty good actually. I don't know how it sands yet. We'll see, but I got it to print. Yeah, somebody on Facebook did not like that I was talking about it, so. How many printers do you have? I have 6 in operation. I own like 9, maybe 10, maybe 11. I have a lot. Have you ever watched The Flash? I tried. Unpopular opinion, it was bad. I didn't like it. The suit looks terrible. It looks like he bought a costume off Amazon and just wears it. I couldn't get into it. Do you have a full-size, not caps broken shield? Yes. This is the Marvel Legends shield. This was like 100 and something bucks. So I'm probably never gonna print a full-size cap shield because I have one. Have you ever thought about getting a PLA recycler? Yes, they are expensive though. The cheapest one that I could find that had decent reviews was $1,000, and I don't think I have $1,000 worth of wasted filament yet. Did I ever feel like giving up on the Mark 85? Hey, let's pause the questions, guys. Hit a little pause, please. Just hold those comments. Hold those comments. Hold those comments. I wanted to address that because I meant to, but yeah. Yes, I did a few times. I did think about giving up on this thing. It was a lot. It was overwhelming. I had it all printed out. I remember it was like Christmas, right? It was in the old room, like the smaller room. And it was all white, primered. I had it on the armor stand. It was like in December, and I'm just staring at it, right? I remember getting it all on the armor stand, and I'm standing there just like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? Like, this is ridiculous. I don't know how I'm gonna paint it. I don't have the colors. It doesn't fit me properly. I don't know how I'm gonna do the faceplate electronics. I kept looking at other people's projects and like it'll never look that good. Like I'm never gonna do this. Like I'm crazy. I'm nowhere near done with this thing. I think I took like a 2-week break, like didn't 3D print or work on it at all. Came back, gave myself a little bit of a rest and went right back into it. And then here we are. So yeah, that happened a couple times where I was just overwhelmed, and sometimes you just gotta walk away and just take a break. Don't give yourself an obligation if there doesn't need to be an obligation. Don't create one. Don't think you owe anybody anything when you're making these projects. Yeah, just take care of yourself. So yeah, that definitely happened. Another Iron Man fan. What's up, dude? What do you do when the eyes in your helmets are too big for the LED eyes? I haven't ran into that problem yet. This was the max limit for these flexible cosplay LED eyes for this Nova helmet. They were literally perfect. They couldn't have been any, if they were any smaller or these eye holes were any bigger, they wouldn't have fit. So I haven't ran into that problem yet, man. I'm sorry. What's your opinion for someone who is buying an Ender 3 Pro? Buy one, start, learn, love, do it all. What state are you moving to? I am moving to around Maryland and the Carolinas. I'm not going to say exactly where because you guys don't need to know that. East Coast, though. How do you get your prints so shiny? I dialed in my printers. My printers are built very well. When you flip the shield in my head, I heard the vibranium metal sound. Oh, like the zoom. I'll bounce it off the wall. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. The Ender 3 Max is a great printer to start off and for bigger prints. Yeah, I've been looking at the 3 Max. The Ender 3 Max. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Hi, Kayla. Preach. When you move, you should get a big shed and make a shop. Can you make an Iron Man helmet motorization tutorial with one servo? No, Daniel Carbo, because I don't use one servo. There's no reason to now. The MG90s are so small. Use 2 servos. It's actually easier. It's easier to use 2 servos. Saw what I assume to be a scammer on eBay selling a homemade Iron Man suit for $380, and one of the pics was your suit. I have been trying to get that person removed for months. eBay's not doing anything about it. Yeah, if you want to drop a link, Jordan, in the chat, and if people can go and report it, feel free. Yeah, it's of my old suit sitting right here. I kind of want to order it. I want to order it and see what shows up. Because then if obviously my suit's not going to show up because I have it, and then I maybe can make a claim, get my money back, and get them taken down. I don't know. Maybe that could be a video, like busting a scammer. We'll see. Oh wow, Mad Inspiring Bro, appreciate. Hey, no, that's a good question, dude. I try to be very transparent, Smith, about, you know, this isn't easy sometimes. Like it can be like, no, the printing's easy. I'm not talking about that, but making can be very stressful sometimes, and you got to take care of yourself. You really have to relax, you know. Hey Frank, I go to school for 3D printing, but I design stuff on modeling software. I don't actually do much with 3D printers other than the pop and the STL and let it print. Any advice for me? get a 3D printer, start printing, man. Learn. There's so many resources out there. It's easy, I promise you. Self-doubt is such a destructive mental obstacle. I know I had doubts when I was doing my first helmet, which was the Arkham Knight Red Hood. It can be toxic. You can pollute yourself in that sense, and it can be rough. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's all. That's all. But how? Daniel Carbo, I have tutorials on it. Yeah. What's the hardest thing you had to get your head around on the Mark 85? Getting everything to buckle together. Getting the back and the chest to like meet up and stay aligned. That was like the most difficult thing. Getting all the pieces to meet up properly on the abs and the chest. That was by far the thing that it still isn't perfect. I'm still working on that. Still working on that. Thoughts on the Ender extender or just buy a bigger printer? Short, simple, buy a bigger printer. Can you show us all your custom helmets like the camo one? No. Yes. It's just a camo Iron Man helmet. I've shown it a few times. Yeah. I was going to ship it back to the States for my buddy, but now that we're moving back, I can literally just give it to him now. Woo! As I break it live. Ooh, does it light up still? Hey, it does. Sorry, Danny. I haven't forgotten about you. I promise. So, this is a vinyl wrap. It's a spray painted white helmet with all the camo is vinyl that I cut out and put on there. This is actually my first Mark 85 helmet. I just repainted it. Fun facts that are fun. For making big anime swords, what 3D printer do you recommend? Look into the Ender 5 Plus. Here's a question. How many parts have you broken apart that was almost done? None? Not really. I don't really have accidents like that. Is it normalist for the nozzle to get stuck halfway? What do I do? You might have to post in the Discord about that, man. That's not something I can help you troubleshoot live. I can't see pictures. This isn't the format for that. If we all paid in like a quid and then get it taken down, you're right. Have you had a cinemas or shops ask if they can rent your props for promotional displays? Yes, actually, I have. Chris is spanning Bandhammer. What servos do you use in your Iron Man helmet? I use the MG90S servos. Non-mods can't post links on eBay listings. It's insanely long. However, it is really easy for search bar. That's true. That's true. JK. Okay, I'm building a helmet and trying to fit the relays in the helmet and still getting it right to where it's not too big. That's tough. It's that you're already in it. You're gonna have to scale up or scale down. It's tricky. What are your thoughts on the extra Z-axis support rods, especially for the Ender 3? I think they're a waste, especially on the Ender. You don't need those support rods on an Ender. There is no way your gantry is wobbling enough to affect it on an Ender. It's too small. It didn't even make a difference on my CR10S. I want an Elegoo Neptune so bad. I have no idea about when it's going to be back in stock. Have you noticed a spike in your electric bill? All 6 of my printers preheating when they're going to use the most electricity, all at the same time, uses 15 to 20 cents an hour. That's it. That's a joke. Have you ordered anything from GearBest? No, I have not. Is it normalist for the nozzle to get stuck half? Yeah, Noah. Yeah, we've been here. What's up, Frank? Who's that? River Reagan? What's up? Can you show the Fortnite Iron Man helmet? It is in the garage. No, I cannot. Sorry, I must have missed it. When are you going back to the US? I leave in, we'll say June 1st. You guys don't need the specific flyout dates, but June 1st, I will be back in America. That's it, after 8 years. If you copy this into eBay, it will come up Iron Man. Okay, so if you guys want to go report this on eBay for me, search Iron Man armor, wearable suit, large, EVA foam model, prop, cos suit, wearable, home, handmade. Thanks, Devin. Thoughts on resin printing? It's amazing. Resin printing is so freaking cool. It's just expensive. So I was browsing, and how do you connect two together? What do you mean? Yeah, Daniel, I'm gonna have to direct you to the Discord, man, so people can give you some of the tutorials I have. Yeah, you wire them together. I have tutorials on that. I have helmet motorization tutorials teaching you how to do that. So go look at those. Where do you find your STL files? I've been searching for the Mark 1 STL file, but I can't find it because you didn't go to do3d.com. Do3d.com. That's where I get my Mark 1 helmet. That. I almost had that. Oh, it's weird. I can never like just point to a thing, right? Right. Oh, see, I missed it. Hey, we'll go that. When using the motor kit from Crashworks, have you run into misalignment issues? Nope. It's been cool. I've used it 3 times so far, and it's been stellar every time. Let's hope we can get our project done before then. Yeah, we should. I don't see why we can't. Do you have any tips for painting, masking, and fixing small paint mistakes? Getting a little metal tin, getting a small paintbrush, and then taking spray paint and spraying it into the tin, and then you basically turning spray paint into hand paint. Very useful for little touch-ups. Discord tonight? Yes, I should be in the Discord later. I don't know if it'll be directly after the stream, but I should be. Glad you are not doxing yourself. Glad you'll be back in the States. Yeah, no, I'm not silly. How long will you be offline due to your move? So let's talk about that. Let's pause for a minute, guys. Hold the questions, please. Think of really good questions. We'll do that. Pause. Think of some good questions. Let's talk about the move. Some of you saw on a recent TikTok, I am moving soon. I'm moving back to America. I'm going to be living there for the first time in 8 years. So I want to talk about what's going to be happening with that. I'm going to be doing a video specifically about that because there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. But I want to talk about that. So hold on. Let me just browse through these. What paint do you use to make your helmet so shiny? No more questions. I'm just going to answer these. No questions. Stop. Yeah. What do I use to make the helmet so shiny? Spray paint and a lot of polish. A good clear coat and a wax coat goes a long way. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh wait, here, we'll turn it on. Whee! There it is. Look at this. I love this thing. It's awesome. That is a very good clear coat. This is a very good metallic candy paint. That's what this is. There is a clear coat on this too. So it's all about the paints. Paint, 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 paint. I have to go. Sorry, bye. Hey, bye, Fleeby. And are you going to keep this going once you're back in the U.S.? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm stepping it up when we're in the U.S. They have the full suit? Yes, they do. For thoughts on introduction, what is the favorite helmet out of all the one? The damaged helmet right there, my damaged Mark 85. That's my favorite. Would be nice if a group made some files, docs, and possibly electronics kits for motorization helmets. That would be nice. If only a company, or not a company, a group called Crashworks 3D had an entire PDF tutorial on the coding, programming, installation, all of that stuff on motorizing an Iron Man helmet. Wouldn't that be nice? I saw everything. I want to ask where I find the aluminum part for the upgrade of the Ender 3. Amazon. All metal extruder. Ender 3 all metal extruder. I thought 3D pen for welding parts together the other day. I was support failing me and was able to repair it. That's awesome. When reprinting the suit, guys, stop the questions. Pause. I'm just trying to catch up real quick. My Ender 5 Plus took 2 months, and then my other one took a week. So, no, my Rust-Oleum spray paint supply. I'm gonna have access to even more Rust-Oleum when I'm back in the States. Favorite social media? YouTube. This is social media. It is. It is. So we are moving back to America. That means we're gonna have to pack up this entire house. I want to stand for a minute. We're gonna stand. We're gonna stand. We're gonna do this. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this thing. I love this. I am working on a version 3 of this, by the way. This is not my. This is currently my holy grail of paint jobs, and I'm gonna one up this, and then maybe this will be part of a giveaway. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. So we're gonna be moving back to America. It's time for. We got stationed on the East Coast. I'm in the U.S. Air Force, in case you guys didn't know. Hence why I have a short haircut. And yeah, so it's gonna mean a change to content. It's gonna mean I'm gonna have to pack all of this up. My wife, she's downstairs right now, probably watching the stream. Hold on. I'm trying to hear myself. I think she's watching. She is going back early, which is pretty cool, to help us start getting set up. So we're gonna be apart for a little bit, which is we can manage, and you know, house hunting, getting phones and cars and all that, and then so I'll have a lot of like alone time, free time to just film and make content. But I also need to pack up the entire house. We're looking to maybe get it packed up in the middle of May, and movers are gonna come pack everything up. I'm gonna pack up a lot of this stuff. I am packing up my own suit. I'm packing up a lot of these props, and I want to record that. How to ship an Iron Man suit. How to ship blah, blah, blah across the world. How to pack up large cosplay props and ship them. So there's going to be some cool content coming from it. And I want to do a special vlog series that's just, because I'm not going to be able to do a lot of video editing. I am going to keep my computer here probably, I'm gonna keep my cameras. I'm gonna try to keep a little bit of a setup, but the live we won't have the background anymore. While we're in transit, once I'm moved out of the house and in like hotels for a little bit, I won't have intros and outros. So some of the videos might be a little less structured, a little less edited, but there will be still information there. I can still do live streams, so it's going to be a cool transition. And then once we get there, it's going to be setting up the new shop. It's going to be building a new workspace. It's going to be doing all this cool stuff to make this even bigger. I do want to increase production and increase quality. I have cool collaborations coming into play. Me and Emily, the engineer, have plans. CTK Creations, like a lot of these people, Crashworks, a lot of moving parts going on, and I'm really, really excited for it. So, yeah, very, very excited. Maybe there'll be some giveaways beforehand. Maybe I can offload some stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how we go. All right, back to some just let me catch up. Just please let me catch up, please. Do companies send you filament to like test? You don't have to answer if you don't. No, yeah, Max. No, companies send me stuff. I don't hide that from anybody. I'm very transparent with you guys. I let you know in a video if somebody sent me something. I've only done one sponsored video, and that was the Marvel Realm of Champions. That was a paid promotion video. Everything else has been companies just sending me stuff, no contracts, but asking for a review, and I'm usually pretty honest about it. The Sunlu S8, the Mingda, I have an Artillery Sidewinder X1 sitting in there. I have a Geetek A30T sitting in there that they sent me to test out. Tons of filament. Monoprice gave me 15 rolls free. Filament sent me some filament. Overture sent me $200 worth of filament to test out. And I like Overture. Can I say that? I like Overture. They're really cool. Oh, this is filament. This is filament matte gray. And it prints really nicely. Yeah, no, they send me stuff. It's really awesome. That's why I'm able to do more content, because I don't have to worry as much about selling stuff to make money to fund all of this. If I can get filament cheaper or free, I don't have to sell prints to make money to buy filament. So there's no money out of my pocket in that sense. I can just print a Dr. Fate helmet. I don't have to print a Mark 85 helmet to then sell to get money to print the Dr. Fate helmet. So getting these little sponsorships and these partnerships and these deals, it just means more content. Now, I bought this Amazon Basics PLA. I bought the Zero PLA. I bought the Creality PLA. So I do still buy stuff, but it's usually for content. And it's just this big cycle that goes around, and I love it. I can make cool stuff. All I want on this channel is to make cool stuff and show you guys. Like, that's it. I want to make stuff that I think is cool and share it with you and like teach you how. That's it. It's pretty basic system, I'd say. Anyway, how do you smooth parts that are difficult to sand due to the size? Small, that is. I just use very small sandpaper, metal files. Nail files are really good. East Coast, baby. Yes. Hate to be that guy, but my son loves to watch your videos with me. Could he get a shout out? His name is Xander. Hi, Xander. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you. I hope you're doing good, dude. And I hope you enjoy all this content and this nerdy stuff. Yeah, take care. Where do you buy the rods you put in your swords? I just get them from like a local hardware store. Questions, Burr. Have you read any of the comics? Yes, probably one of my favorite storylines is Fear itself, and then Demon in a Bottle was pretty good. But if you haven't read Fear itself, it's really cool. And then Thanos Wins. Thanos Wins is an amazing storyline. Everybody dies. It's bad. Short and sweet. Frank Castle, the Punisher, becomes the new Ghost Rider, who then gets imbued with the power of Cosmic to become the Galactic Ghost Rider. Tries to chase Thanos through the cosmos, goes insane, becomes his right-hand man, and they end up fighting the Silver Surfer, who now has Mjolnir. It's insane. And Hulk's on a leash. Like, literally, he's on a leash. Where do you get the graphite powder? I love in Canada. You do whatever you want in Canada, my dude. That's totally up to you. I'm assuming you also live in Canada. I get it on Amazon. I'm not Frank, but I'm not I'm the only person that feels like Frank's personally will ups make a really nice and good teacher. Hey, thanks, man. What's your opinion about filamentum, Pierre? Never used it. Have you looked into the CR10 S5? Would a 500 print bed movement cause more stability issues? The S5 shouldn't exist. I will say that right here. You can click this if you want. The S5 is too big. It was not built properly. It needs so many upgrades. Yes, there are the couple handful of people who get it to work flawlessly out of box. They are outliers. They're the anomalies. It is too big of a bed. The heating element, the heated bed is not strong enough. It needs a BL touch desperately. It only has, it's not strong enough. I'm pretty sure it only has one stepper motor moving the Y-axis. It needs too many upgrades. Get the CR10 Max instead. It is better. You're not going to notice the loss of the 50 by 50 by 30 millimeter build plate size. You're not. You're not. If you get an S5, be ready to upgrade it. You should edit your videos on a Commodore 64 and we'd all still watch. Thanks, dude. Do you need clear coat? Depends on what you're using. What are your thoughts on the Ender 3 Max? It's pretty cool. I'm the dude who said he goes to school for 3D printing and I have a license for SolidWorks for my entire life. If you ever need a custom part made, feel free to email me. Cameron James, you should join the Discord. We have a cool little group of modelers and you might fit very well into that pool of people who can really do some cool stuff with us. Just saying. How do I glue helmet parts together? Don't use a soldering iron. Look at it. And melt them together. I was welding things. Have you made a photo that you put up so the sun to see it? Have you made a photo that you put up so I don't understand that. Did you make the Star Wars ship the Millennium? Like, no, I have not. What are you most excited about when we move back to the States? More space. I'm very excited for more space, a bigger workshop. Make some cool stuff. And American food. Oh my God, I miss it so much. Can't wait. Can't wait. Dude, I found you on TikTok and I hate it because a week later I bought the CR10S Pro V2. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, literally. Hey, I'm making an Iron Man helmet. I'm using my dad's 3D printer. Any idea what software to use? Ultimaker Cura. You should definitely watch the video I just uploaded today. Yesterday. Today? Yesterday. Today. Do you need clear coat on what? Clear coat protects paint. So yeah. Have you ever printed something with Vertigo Galaxy? No. Do you sell things you print? Sometimes, not currently. The graphite powder, you can clear coat it. You need a very special clear coat, and it takes a lot of testing. I'm gonna. All right, so now we're at the point where you guys are asking a lot of repeat questions. So I'm just gonna start ignoring them because, yeah. Sorry. As usual, I appreciate your input. Thank you for the insight in the S5. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. I had the CR10 Max and hated it with a passion. It was literally broken out of the box, but I decided to get the S5, and so far I've had 13 out of 14 successful prints. See, some people have good success with it. That's totally fine. The fact that it was broken just sounds like a shipping issue, maybe. You know, you might have got a lemon. It works. I've never done anything to my Max, and it's been pumping out pretty epic prints this whole time. Okay, Frank, I'm making an Iron Man cosplay. What are some tips and tricks you've learned making your own Sergeant Hound CT 9006? I'm gonna have to direct you to my Mark 85 build series, my dude. It's all of my growing pains are in there. All of the trials and tribulations. It is a little bit of a long watch now. There are 10, 11 videos. I promise it's worth it. It takes you from me having no idea what I'm doing to now. And it's all there, and I promise it's a good watch. Just get past the first couple videos. My production quality sucks. Yeah. Are you going to do any more DC stuff? Absolutely. Marcel, off-axis, FP, cool. Did you just say that you use a soldering iron and bond parts together for your helmets? Yeah. Marcel, you must be new to the channel, my dude. PLA welding. It's amazing. Yeah. Granted, there's a metal rod on this, but yeah, you melt the parts together. That's how these swords are all fused together. You melt them together with a soldering iron. This Z sword was printed in 4 pieces. Yeah. Soldering. I have a video on that. The video you posted this morning helped me out a lot. Good. That's why I posted it. Yeah, that video was really funny. I didn't mean... I tried to pack as much information in it as possible, but still keep it very simple and basic, so I really do hope that is helping you guys. Printing a Clone Trooper on helmet on my new S5. It's a 5-day print. Does that sound wrong? Maybe I should be just cut density. Vanilla Wombat, go watch my how to print a Mandalorian helmet video, and that should help you cut some time off. Sorry, that's my dyslexia. I meant like a pic that you put up to the sun to see. You're talking about a lithophane, Max. I have not made one. I have not made one yet. How are the doggos doing? The doggos are doing great. They're good. They're really good. Yo, run up the likes. Hey, what? We're lacking in the likes? Come on, guys. Come on. What's going on? Come on. There's 148 of you and only 85 likes. Likes help the channel. Likes mean more people can see it. And YouTube is like, hey, he's doing good. And if you guys think I'm doing good, just hit the like button, please. I really don't ask often. I really don't. Yeah, can we print Lego minifigures? Yeah, you can. What do you do for a job? It must be good if you can afford all the printers. Joseph Sullivan, that is a misconception. We are going to pause right there. Pause the questions. Pause them. Stop them. Stop. Because I want to talk about that. Because that's a comment that pops up on my TikTok a lot. Because people think I'm a liar, which is hilarious. So, yeah. How would you sell your prints in your future as straight from the print bed or fully painted? Because that would be like, gaming royalty, I do both. I sell raw printed helmet kits and I sell finished props. I do plan to open an Etsy shop. Problems for later. Yeah, so please pause for a second. I want to talk about that because that's something I want to address to all of you about, A, how I afford all of this and how I started all of this. And Joseph, this isn't like, I'm not attacking you. You asked a good question and I want to address this. So please, let me answer this. What do you do for a job? It must be good if you can afford all the printers. Do not use me as an example. When I'm in the military, I'm in the U.S. Air Force. I do okay. You can Google my paycheck if you want. Everyone in the armed forces, our pay chart is on Google. It is. It's just out there. USAF pay chart, 2021. Go ahead, Google it. I'm an E6. Here you go. So no, I mean, no, I don't have throwaway disposable income where I can just buy whatever I want all the time. I do have to plan, budget, save, you know, that's, I think that goes without saying. I don't know what class, I don't know the classes, middle class, upper, lower, middle, I don't know any of that. I don't know where that price point fits in. And it's weird in the military because I get benefits like healthcare and all this stuff that I'm not necessarily paying for. So it all evens out to this weird thing. We do okay though. We're happy, we're healthy, we have a roof over our house, we have cars, we have, you know, we're okay. But that doesn't mean I can immediately go and buy 6 3D printers. If you want all 6 of my 3D printers, I've done it. I put them all in my Amazon shopping cart at one point to see how much they cost. It came to something a little over $3,000. I at no point, even now, have $3,000 to drop on a bunch of 3D printers. I don't. I had to save up and budget for my first 3D printer, which was my CR10S. It was about $500 at the time. And that was kind of in conjunction with a birthday gift from my wife. So it was a planned thing. With that first 3D printer though, and then building an Iron Man suit on a budget, because I was still on a budget, I was saving. I didn't get all of the filament at once. I got enough to do a helmet and learn. Then I made my Keyblade and I started to learn a little bit more. Started to learn here and print the arms, and I was, you know, it was every few weeks I'd get some more filament. And then I started documenting it and sharing it with you guys. Then I got my second 3D printer, the CR10S, my second yellow one, for half price, and I fixed it. And then I had 2 printers for about $700 total. And then everything started to grow. Social media paid for most of this, like YouTube, monetization, sponsorships, printing stuff, and then selling it. I have been able to, if I was to have bought all of my printers, I didn't. Creality sent me one, an Ender 5 Plus to review. I won an Ender 5 Plus with DO3D. They gave me half off the CR10 Max. A friend sent me my Ender 3 to teach classes with. And I got a good deal on the CR10S Pro V2. And I bought another Ender 3. It was like a crazy Black Friday deal. It was like 140 bucks. I could not pass that up. And then I sell prints. I would sell finished helmets and props and replicas. I don't do that as much anymore because I don't need to, but I would sell props to then go and afford more filament, more upgrades, more parts, more spray paint to make more content. And then it's now, like I said before, it's this big cycle of things where People are sending me printers to review. So I'm not spending, at this point, I don't spend any of my own money on this, which is amazing, which can maybe lead to one day making this into a full-time gig, getting out of the military and turning this into a full-time something with an Etsy shop, with social media, with prop making and selling. And that'd be amazing. I would love to do that. There's a lot that would obviously go into that, but I'm not rich. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm good. I figured this out. I can budget and manage. It's just about managing your finances. And so you don't need to look at my channel or somebody who may have 2 or 3 or 5 printers and be like, man, they got a lot of money. They maybe just saved. I won't say what helmet. I won't say when, where, to, how, what. But at one point, I sold one of my very nice helmets for close to $400. That's the cost of a printer. And as if you guys are watching this channel and in the hobby, you know very well it didn't cost me $400 in material to make that helmet. It didn't. It maybe cost me $50 max, paints, electronics, sandpaper. Obviously this isn't factoring in labor and time, but that's a pretty good profit, right? And then you can turn that around, buy more printers, buy more filament, and it's a good cycle. I know people who, they will only have one project at a time, and when they are done with that project, they will sell it and then start a new project. And that's kind of how they keep everything going. I just do that on a bigger scale. And it's pretty much because of you guys and social media and stuff. I would not be able to afford all this stuff if I wasn't sharing it with you guys and teaching you and getting all of this. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Sorry, soapbox over. All right, let's see. Let me just catch up here. How many of your airmen watch your videos and what do they think? I don't think anybody at my work watches my videos. They're not nerds like this. They don't care. It's like some people I work with, they race motorcycles, and some people go to car meets, and some people, I don't know, play Magic the Gathering or D&D, and I 3D print. Like, it's just, we all just do something different. So there's no judgment. Just got a CR10S for 320. Hey man, thank you for the motorized faceplate techniques, making a lot of rangefinder both that helmet. No idea what I'm doing. So series. Okay, thanks. I'll make sure to rewatch the series. And I have one more question. My friend is having a skipping issue with the filament feeder. It's dispensed good. What do he probably has a clog, Sergeant Hound. Still chill. Audio is fine on my end. Frank. Oh man, you should make armor for dogs. Can you use a 3D pen instead of a soldering iron? I don't care because I have both. I just saw a soldering iron lets you penetrate deeper into the parts. A 3D pen will only let you weld the outside of it. How have you handled the success of the suit considering the fact that you didn't know it was going to even work out of a few months ago? I know it must be an interesting, I love it. It's amazing. I will never forget, it's the video, one of the videos I just posted on Instagram of me in that mirror in the suit without the helmet on. That felt amazing. Standing there and seeing the whole suit fit me for the first time, it was incredible. It was all worth it. If after that point, I never put the suit on again and all of this went away, I was just looking in the mirror just like, I made this thing, and it was the best feeling ever. And I have that, when I got done with this Mandalorian helmet, I had a very similar feeling. And I'm sure some of you have had that feeling too, where you're looking at it and you're like, I made this. Like, I made this. This thing didn't exist until I made it. Obviously there's other Mando helmets, but this one is mine and I made this one. And that is just such a cool feeling. And if I can help people get that feeling, worth it. 1,000,000,000% worth it. Yeah. How long will the stream be? The stream is going to go, we'll do the 2-hour one. Since it's a Q&A, let's just pack it all in. Why not? I missed the beginning of the live. Hey, it's going to be live. You can watch it later. Hi, me and my son watch your videos. You're awesome. Hey, Nolan, Alex. I took your advice and haven't eaten 2 out of in 5 months. Eaten out in, oh, there you go. You haven't eaten out in months. That's fair. That's budgeting. How do you deal with the stress of balancing work, home, and YouTube? Yeah, I manage it. Let's see the puppy. They're sleeping. They're away. What's the most common misconception about 3D printing in your opinion? That it is expensive. That it is pricey or expensive. It can get expensive if you run away with it and do what I did. How long did it take you for the suit to be made, start to finish? About a year. So before I found you, I decided that plastic welding was the way to go when putting prints together. When I found your videos and was so happy that I was not alone in this. Robert Longsworth, yes. I started experimenting with that because I just had a feeling, and a lot of people were telling me, no, don't do that, use this gloop, use this glue, whatever. I'm like, why can't you just melt the plastic together? Guess what? It works. It works very well. Thank you so much for teaching me so much about this wonderful hobby. I got mine 3 months ago and your videos were so, hey, Addy, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, felt that when filming with Vader and seeing him in my suit for the first time. Danny Curry, yes, absolutely, dude. CTK Creations right there, by the way, guys. You should go check him out. This is my Mando helmet. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I must go to sleep because it's 11. Hey, take care, Bill Varys. Started 3D printing because of you. Got my first printer. Can't wait to get the feeling. I have a question, though. How would I go about measuring my head to fit my own printed helmet? Bunkai. Print a test ring. Go into Mesh Mixer, and you're going to cut a little section of a ring out of the entire helmet. Slice here and go 5 millimeters up and slice there. You're going to be left with a small ring that is the diameter, circumference of the helmet. Print that out, and then you can put it over your head. And you, oh, that doesn't fit. Make the helmet bigger. Oh, it's really big. Make the helmet smaller. Print test rings. They're amazing. I have a video coming out about that, actually. What is the most important first upgrade of your new CR10S? The Bowden Capricorn tube. Get rid of the white Bowden tube and upgrade it immediately to a blue Capricorn tube. Hey, do you have a link for the red spray paint you use? I'm in the UK. Project Savior. No, I don't have a link, but go look at my video, finding the perfect Iron Man color. Yeah. Hey, Jacob Sylvester with the 50. Oh, DKK. You said that's, we've had that before, and I can't remember what it is. It's like Danish, maybe. I sent my question to you on Instagram. It was too long for super chat. Okay. I'm gonna check that real quick because I want to check that real quick. Hey, Jacob Sylvester, right here. I'm gonna try to answer it. I had an issue in Cura. I modeled something in 2 parts in Blender. I tried importing the full model into Cura and it came out so tiny I couldn't see it until I zoomed in. On the other hand, when I exported the model and its separate components, it was huge. I've seen that happen before. You're just gonna need to figure out the scaling. That's gonna be kind of tricky, dude. You can rescale it in Cura and you might have to try to just dial it in. And hopefully when you load the both parts in, hopefully they're even though they're massive, hopefully they're the same size. So like if my hands are the size, right? Like hopefully like my hands are actually the same size, right? But hopefully when you load it into Cura, however big they are the same scale. And if they fit, they're meant to fit together. It doesn't matter how big or small you make them, they'll still fit. I hope that made sense. Do you have some kind of measuring tool? No. Hey Frank, I'm on my first 3D printer thanks to you and a few other content creators inspiring me behind on helmets props. Thank you. No problem. Matt R.D. Bennington? You're new. I just want to say thank you for the inspiration. Hey, no problem. The I made this feeling is the rush of serotonin I need every week. We all need it. Ooh, whoa, with these questions. How do you, wow. How long did the suit take? About a year. Have you designed any of your own helmets? No, you should make a Word document with links to every common question. Cameron James, I would love to, but people wouldn't read it. I could put all the time in the world into a PDF or a document or a video answering every single common question, and people are still not going to find it and read it. It's the truth of the internet. Where do you get your soldering iron flat edge? I already came with a soldering iron. Thank you for everything. No problem. I had the same feeling when I put my Stormtrooper armor on, but it's not through. Hey, it's still, you made it. You fitted it to yourself. It doesn't matter if you bought a kit. You still finished it and made it fit. It's the same feeling. How much did you scale the Iron Man suit? Skyrim, that suit is at 100% scale. I didn't. Am I the only one that feels odd when you see a printer not printing? Munch, I hate it. I only have 1 printer going right now, and I'm like, I'm wasting time. I could be printing stuff. Hey Frank, I'm printing my first Iron Man helmet right now, but what color paint would you recommend? Love the vids, by the way. Riley Heppel, I have a video on that. I'm going to direct you there because there's so many options, and you'll understand why. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to save the video. No problem. How do you get the rods in there? Do you ram it through the infill? No, you cut Devin Marcus. Man, you've been around. How long have you been around? And you still haven't watched my videos. That's upsetting, man. I literally have a video showing you how to cut rods and install them and all of that. Go watch the Dragon Slayer video. No, not the Dragon Slayer video. If you want a good one, Jawblade video. Or the how to fit any printer on any model on any printer video. I want to be the engineer, and do you think building an Iron Man suit will boost my knowledge of electrical circuits? Yeah, actually it will. It absolutely will. You don't need to build an Iron Man suit, just start playing around with electronics. That AK... It was Danish. Danish Crone. Yes. Thanks for your videos. I want to be an engineer. Do you have any tutorials on making helmets in Fusion 360? Nope. I don't know how to 3D model. Pro V2 or Ender 5 Plus? Which one should I get? Get the Pro V2. Just get it. What do you think the hardest part of moving back to America will be? No idea. What is the best printer for beginners to make helmets? And I don't want to modify the printer. Yeah, you're in the wrong hobby then, Max. You're going to spend a penny then. Look into the CR10S Pro V2. Default Cura scaling sometimes tries to convert from inches to millimeters and vice versa, which... Oh. Danny, thanks for that. That makes sense, actually. Thanks for the positive vibes over the Mark 39 helmet the other day. Party mode is always on. That's awesome. Same with Simple S3D. How happy are you with the Ender 3 stealth board? I've never heard it called a stealth board, but I like that. It's no longer silent boards. Stealth board. That's it. I'm upgrading. Have a stock. I like it. It's disgustingly quiet. Have you printed anything for your wife? Yeah. Some of her Christmas presents were printed. They were really cute little foxes and pigs and storage little containers and stuff. What was the hardest part of 3D printing cosplays? My nephew saw me watching you and heard me talking about it. I want to do, and they want me to make some suits, and I'm just curious. River Reagan, there's hard parts, there's easy parts. Sizing and scaling is probably the hardest part. I have videos kind of explaining it. I do plan to update my scaling video with a lot more techniques to help you guys out. But just spend some time on the channel. I think I have a good variety of content for being able to paint a good picture for you. How do you fit the piece of armory for your body? See previous answer. CR10S Pro V2. Okay, everybody watching right now who wants to know, Pro V2 or Ender 5 Plus. If you don't want to modify the printer at all, you want it to work out of box, Pro V2. But if you're okay getting your hands a little dirty and upgrading to the all-metal extruder and Capricorn Bowden tube, get the Ender 5 Plus, do those two upgrades, and it'll be just as good, if not better, than the Pro V2, and it's bigger, and it can print faster. Yeah. Big idea, combine the printers. Don't know if you've already answered this, but what program can I use to cut off certain pieces of STL files? I have Mesh Mixer. I have some tutorials on it. Or go watch my newest video, actually, on the programs. More likes than viewers. Hey, good. Hey Frank, I got the DO3D Mark 85 helmet. What is the fit like once printer? The Mark III has a lot of filler. The DO3D Mark 85 is it's tight fitting, it's long. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it just fits my head perfectly. My friends all have misconceptions that it's extremely complicated and need an engineering degree. Well, you don't, trust me. I have a high school diploma. When did you decide, okay, I'm going to 3D print, I'm going to be a 3D printing dude from now on? When I saw Endgame and I wanted to make an Iron Man suit, and I'm like, oh, I can 3D print this, so I learned how to 3D print. What's the best printer for beginners? Creality Ender 3. Yeah. Everyone watching liked, can you see my message? Yes, I can. Dr. Dolphin. Hi, Frank. My nephew is 7 and 6, and scaling is the only thing I'm nervous about. Yeah. Maybe not, like, don't look into Iron Man suits, because by the time you're done painting them, they're going to outgrow them. How much filament do you typically use per helmet? I can get I can get 1 to 2 helmets per roll. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever printed? Nothing. What are some typical times to print and then finish a helmet? I can print and finish an Iron Man helmet, a normal Iron Man helmet, in about 3 days. Yeah. Thank you for your video on bed leveling, Ender 5 Pro running flawlessly. Heck yes. Upgrading the all-metal extruder is something I need to stress is something you should never overlook. When plastic once fails, and it will, you'll have under extrusion and never understand why. Yes, it's a hit, it breaks. The plastic extruder will snap and you'll lose your spring tension. Everything will look okay, but filament just won't be going through your printer and you won't know why. I don't think you've answered me, but I'm having gaps in my first layer, but it still sticks to my bed. I am afraid that if I raise my bed a bit, I will scratch my bed. Do I lower it still? Noah, watch my video about how to 3D print video 4 about getting a good perfect first layer. Any ideas on what your next anime related print will be? Yes, I'm just not going to tell you guys. Is it just me or is audio way off? Might just be you. Refresh the page if the audio is off, because you might have hit the slider on accident, and that could be why. Should I make an Iron Man helmet magnetic or motorized? That's up to you. Have you thought about making War Machine? Yep, and I probably never will. Do you make functional prints for around the house? Nope, because Amazon Prime exists. What is the thing you regret making or doing? You'll see. I have one print that I literally want to throw away because it is, I just hate it. I hate that I started it. The video will be out on that one day. Yeah. Do you have any experience in selling your prints? Do you think people can make a solid living 3D printing and selling prints on sites like that? Addy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ignore that question and refer you to, I want to say 20 minutes ago in this video. You should be able to rewind and watch it, but I talked exactly about that. Not like I've just already gone over it. Yes, you can sell. I do sell stuff. Not currently right now. I used to sell them a lot more. I do plan on making an Etsy, and I do see plenty of people doing that. I have a whole live stream about that too. You're slightly delayed on my end as well, about 5 seconds. There was an audio delay. Reloaded the stream. Audio still off. What's your smallest print? Okay, pause. Let me reset the camera, and that should resync up the audio. So we're gonna go dark for just 5-10 seconds. So I'll be right back and hopefully reset the audio. Okay, we'll see how that did. I reset everything. Let's see. Long streams can sometimes do that. It's totally fine. So let me know if that's going good. What's the one thing you wish you knew before you started? Don't always trust people's advice if they've been printing longer than you. Even mine. Even take my advice with a grain of salt. Test things out for yourself, because there was a lot of bad advice I was given early on because these people had been printing for years and they were just stuck in some old ways that no longer applied. What was the longest print to date on a single part? 98 hours, I think? 96 hours on the Star-Lord helmet. You're always skipping my messages. Mr. Dolphin? Am I? I'm sorry. Hey, I told everybody, if you really want your questions seen, Super Chat is enabled, because there's a lot of you. Hoping it arrives tomorrow so I can get started. You didn't ask a question. Your last comment was about you buying an Ender 3. So I'm glad you bought an Ender 3, but it wasn't a question. I didn't skip anything. Silly. Don't blame me. About a 2-second delay in the, okay. All good, okay. Yes. Other things going on, things that are going on. The happening. Yeah. I actually am going to end it half an hour early tonight, because I can feel my throat getting a little sore from talking so much. Because these Q&As kind of kill me sometimes, and I'll lose my voice the next day. So we're going to wrap it up in 10 minutes. It's going to be a 90-minute stream as opposed to the typical 120-minute stream, 2-hour stream. So we are going to pack it up, guys. But I did want to do a Q&A, a lot of great questions. So these are the last 10 minutes, and I really did want to say thank you, my guys, girls. This is fun. The move's going to be kind of stressful. Got a lot to do. I might be selling some things. I might be giving away some things. We'll see. But I have very, very big plans for this when we move back to the States. Once I get a bigger workshop, I have plans for more printers, bigger projects, bigger collaborations, and all that fun stuff. Noob here. All files for FDM printers the same for MSLA resin printers. I am not sure about that, Lucian Black. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe post up in my Discord. Maybe somebody can answer you in the chat about that. I haven't resin printed, so. Can we see the puppies before you go? No, they're asleep. They're downstairs. Do you always print with PLA? I use PLA Plus, so pretty much yes. What are your suggestions for the first big prints? I always end up making smaller things, but I want to get in more. Make Mjolnir. Make a Mjolnir, then maybe make Stormbreaker. Work up. So glad I finally got to attend. Hey, it was good to have you here, Jordan. I appreciate that. What's the best printer for beginners, and what will I have to modify? A Creality Ender 3, and you'll need to upgrade 3 to 4 things, and I have a video on all of that. Do you have any tips on stopping stringing? Either dry out your filament or figure out your retraction and temperature settings. What is the orange helmet? It's not a helmet. It's the crown of Surtur. Surtur, son of a... No, I'm not going to say it. If I donate 500, can I have an Iron Man helmet? 500 what? Because depending on what that 500 what is, yeah, probably. Good to be able to catch you live for the first time. Hey, no problem. Getting my printer next week. Frank, have you ever printed a helmet in parts and glued or welded? Yeah, all the time. Can you Ender 3 Pro print wood filament? Yes, it can. Thanks, Frank. Thank you up on IG, the videos and the tips. And the... Hey, Smith, again. Hey, dude, thanks. Thanks for the 5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Air high 5. There you go. All the videos, can't wait to see more from you. I appreciate that. Really appreciate the answers you gave me today. I never thought I would be able to... No, why not? Best 300 by 300 FDM printer, the Creality CR10S, in my opinion. If you can afford the V2, get the V2. If you can afford the Pro V2, get the Pro V2. Hit. Anyone else think Frank's looks like Agent Liberty on Supergirl? Should I be offended by that? Uh-oh. I am going to paint the color on my PLA matter. STL file can be cut for resin. I have Ender S and cubic photon S. Print small parts and gears and resin. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Rising Phoenix Bronco. That's a pretty hardcore name. Where do you get the STL file for the Crown of Surtur? This was on Thingiverse. Free Thingiverse file. It's very detailed, actually. It's hard to see with because the color. It's going to be painted, but this is actually a fairly detailed print. Yeah. Ow! No! Stay. Thanks, dude. Hey, no problem, Steve Rogers. No problem, Cap. What printer would you recommend for a person starting 3D printing? Is the Ender 3 good? Yes, it is. Thanks for the answers. Really appreciate it. I'm going to buy some of us saying print a helmet or something big. You should make the Thor helmet from Thor. I did. I made the Thor Ragnarok helmet. Hey, dude, thanks for your videos. So I should buy the Ender 3 V2. You should. It's really good. Cool. Think it's just like Sam. Yeah, I think he looks like Sam Witwer. Yeah, I get that a lot. I definitely get that a lot. It's not a bad thing. So yeah, someone will have to send me a picture of whoever you're talking about from Supergirl. Mantresh Khurana with the 179 something. What is that? Thank you. Hello. How long did it take you to print out the Mark 85 helmet? I can print out a Mark 85 helmet in about 20 hours across 3 printers, or about 40 hours on one printer. $500 US, Tech Z? Yeah, you can have a helmet for that. Trust me. Thoughts on the Ender 5 Plus, too big or perfect? I love it. I got 2 of them. Nice to see you. 2 questions. What glue are you using, and how are you preparing surface before painting? I don't use glue. I use a soldering iron, and I melt the pieces together, and I sand and prime, and I use spray paint. Got any tips for scaling helmets to different sized heads? Test rings. Print test rings. Thanks for the help. No problem. 5 minutes, guys. We're off in 5 minutes. Can you make a video like how to for the cap shield? I have a video like how to the cap shield. You just didn't see it. Shame. Hey bro, you look like this cool guy named Frank. He is cool at 3D printing. Thank you. What's the best Red Hood helmet file for free? Oh, I don't know. Mantresh Khurana, again, with the 29, whatever that is. I don't know. Indian rupees, that's what it is. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Oh, those are Indian rupees, Frank's really cool. Thoughts on the Ender 5 Pro? I've never used the Ender 5 Pro. It's kind of an oddball. You know, it's the same build plate size as like the Ender 3, but it costs more? I don't know. The underside of my 3D Ender 3 prints always look droopy. Any advice? More supports or better orientation. That's 29, so about 40 cents. Hey, there's another 2. Thank you. Thank you. And again, with the 179 rupee. Wow. Thank you. Sam Witwer. Frank Sam Witwer, Agent Liberty, and you do a bit. Huh. Interesting. Oh, he is Agent Liberty? Like, that's who plays him? Okay, that makes sense then. Are the printers hard to assemble? Yes and no, depends on the printers. The Ender series printers typically require a little bit more assembly. The CR10, the CR series are typically a little bit more ready to go out of box. It's awesome being here. See you later. Hey, thanks, Mr. Wren. Can you make a video on printing helmets on a Creality 10S? No. I don't do printers. I don't do prints on printer specific things. It's a waste of a video where I could much better spend my time teaching you how to cut a file and how to figure out the settings where then you can go and print it yourself. If I did a video per helmet per printer, I never have time to do my own projects. Me and my dad just got a 3D printer. It wouldn't have happened if I don't watch your You Might Be Wrong About 3D Printing TikTok. Odd Henchman, you're welcome. I like that video. A lot of mean comments in there because people are misinformed. It's very funny. Do you prefer printing helmets upside down or right way up with no center support? Depends on the helmet. Wanting to see a $500 US donation, I would send you a helmet if somebody did that. Oh my God. I saw Kyle Hill once get a $500 US donation. His reaction was incredible. One day maybe we'll get to that level but no, we're off. What profile are you using your CR10S? The stock Cura ones? Yes. I got a printer because of you. You're awesome. Hey, no problem. Yeah, we're gonna be packing up here, guys. Last 3 minutes. So say your goodbyes. You should do this suit. Has a mask too. Should do his suit. Maybe. It would be cool to see a time lapse of a helmet build from slice to paint to finish. Maybe. Might have to do that. Will you be on Discord after this? Maybe. Maybe not right away, but I will announce on it. If I will be. You should do a live stream on printing something. Of you printing something. A live stream of me printing something would be very boring. Because it would either need to be incredibly small and finish in like 10-20 minutes or... Yeah. Yep. Have you ever tried metal 3D printing? If you want to send me a metal 3D printer, sure. Can you make a video on how to put different supports and how to split prints? Yanel, I have videos on that. 500 US dono for a helmet, eh? Nah, I don't quite have that kind of spare cash. Chris, you can make a helmet. You have printers. You can make your own helmet. What nozzle size do you use and what's the best quality speed? I use a 0.4 or a 0.6 millimeter nozzle and the speed depends on the helmet, the quality depends on the helmet. I'll say thanks again for everything, Frank, before you go. So big thank. Hey, no problem, Gaming Royalty. And Mantresh Karana with the 269. Thank you. That's like 300 that's like 320 maybe? Yeah. Hey, they don't know that. Do you think the Prusa Mark III is overpriced compared to the Ender 3 Pro? I don't want to talk about Prusas right now. You can have a normal live stream going with like a printer cam or something on the screen. Yeah, maybe. All right. That is going to wrap this up, guys. I was going to call it 30 minutes early. My throat hurts, and if I keep talking for another 30 minutes, I know I'm probably going to lose my voice tomorrow. So, so thank you. Thank you guys for coming and tuning in. Thank you for sharing and just the questions. This is a really good Q&A, so I'm glad I did this. A lot of big things coming to the channel. A lapse in I'm going to backlog and record a lot of videos preemptively, of course. This way I can keep uploading while I'm moving. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really fun, different. I'm hopeful. Thank you for taking time on your Sunday evening, night, afternoon, wherever you may be residing currently, to come to this live stream. This is really cool. This is really awesome. Hopefully you guys got something from this. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. If not, join the Discord because there's tons of information there too. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Through almost 3,500 members, which is ridiculous. So, yeah, yep. You guys take care. More stuff coming out eventually. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's been fun. It's been a fun little ride, and we're hopefully just getting started with all of this. I'm very excited for all of this, and it's gonna be a good time. So, yeah, you guys have a fantastic night, fantastic week. Stay safe, wear a mask. The world's still weird, and take care. Bye.